There is a sensation your brain refuses to let you feel. Every human on Earth is locked out of it, not because your body can't produce it, but because your brain deletes it before you ever become aware of it. And the strangest part? The same mechanism responsible for this might be the only thing separating your thoughts from reality. Right now, try to tickle yourself, your ribs, your neck, anywhere. Nothing happens. Now imagine someone else's hand moving toward that same spot. Your body is already reacting. Same location, same pressure, same nerve endings. Completely different experience. And you've never once asked why. Most people assume it's psychological. You know it's coming, so the surprise is gone. That sounds logical. It feels correct. But it's completely wrong. And the real answer goes somewhere most people never expect. Let's start with what tickling actually is. Scientists identify two types. Nismesis, the light crawling sensation, a feather across your forearm, an insect on your neck, that subtle irritation that makes your skin want to escape itself. Then gargalesis, the full response. Uncontrollable laughter, involuntary squirming, the desperate need to make it stop even though part of you doesn't want it to. Only humans and a handful of other primates experience gargalesis, but also rats. Neuroscientist Jaak Panksepp at Washington State University discovered in the late 1990s that rats emit ultrasonic chirps when tickled, frequencies completely inaudible to humans. The rats actively sought out the researchers who tickled them. They ran toward the hand. What Panksepp was hearing, translated down into human range, was laughter, rat laughter. The neurological roots of tickling stretch back at least 65 million years. This isn't a human quirk, it's ancient machinery. But here's the question that bothered neuroscientists for decades. If tickling is such an ancient survival mechanism, why would evolution build a version that completely stops working the moment you try it on yourself? The answer would lead researchers deep into one of the strangest systems inside the human brain. In 1998, a neuroscientist named Sarah-Jayne Blakemore decided to test something that sounds almost absurd. Could a machine make you tickle yourself? She built a robotic arm. Subjects moved one hand. The robot delivered identical touch to their other hand with identical pressure, identical location, identical timing. If the brain only cared about touch, both conditions should feel the same. But if the brain cared about who generated the touch, something very different would happen. She put subjects inside brain scanners. When someone else tickled them, the somatosensory cortex and anterior cingulate cortex fired intensely. When subjects controlled the robot themselves, those same regions went quiet. Same physical contact, dramatically different brain response. Then Blakemore tried something unexpected. She introduced a tiny delay, just a fraction of a second between the subject's hand movement and the robotic touch. Suddenly, the sensation became far more ticklish. Nothing about the touch itself had changed. Only the timing, only the prediction. The moment the brain's forecast became slightly inaccurate, the cancellation system began to fail. Here's what was actually happening. Before your hand reaches your ribs, your brain has already issued a command called an efference copy, a carbon copy of the motor signal you just sent. Your cerebellum receives that copy and uses it to predict exactly what your skin is about to feel. Pressure, location, timing, intensity, all of it calculated in advance. And then your brain cancels the sensation entirely, not dampens it, cancels it, because your brain operates on one core rule. Sensations you generate yourself cannot threaten you. Outside sensations could mean danger. What you do to yourself, by definition, cannot surprise you, so your brain erases it before it reaches your awareness. You cannot tickle yourself not because of mindset, because your brain deletes the experience before you can have it. But now, think carefully about what that actually means. At first, this sounds like a small nervous system shortcut, useful. efficient. But then you realize something unsettling. Your brain isn't waiting for reality to arrive. It's predicting reality before it happens, then only showing you the difference between what it expected and what actually occurred. Tickling is simply the easiest place to catch this process in the act. Right now, your eyes contain a blind spot where the optic nerve exits the retina, a literal hole in your visual field. Yet, you never see it. Your brain fills it in automatically, seamlessly, without asking you. The world appears complete because your prediction system edits reality before you're ever aware of it. You are not watching the world. You are watching your brain's continuously updated model of the world. And here's where it stops being just neuroscience. Imagine hearing a voice inside your head, not metaphorically, literally hearing it, clear, distinct, external, and being completely unable to recognize that the voice came from you. Researchers believe this is precisely what happens in certain schizophrenic episodes. The same efference copy system that tags your thoughts as self-generated breaks down. Your own thinking arrives untagged. It feels like it came from outside. In 2021, researchers at Humboldt University of Berlin confirmed that people with schizophrenia can tickle themselves fully because the cancellation signal fails. Their own touch arrives as if a stranger's hand produced it. The inability to tickle yourself isn't a trivial glitch. It's the mechanism that draws the boundary between you and the world, between your thoughts and external reality, between what is self and what is other. That boundary isn't philosophical. It's a physical calculation running in your cerebellum right now. Silent, automatic, invisible until it fails. Think about what that means. Everything you experience as reality, every sensation, every thought, every perception is passing through a prediction machine before it reaches you. A machine so precise, so fast, so reliable that you have never once noticed it operating. Until someone asks the smallest possible question, why can't I tickle myself? Sometimes the simplest mysteries lead to the deepest truths.